Hello people and welcome to follow yet another World Team Carcassonne Online Championships match. This will be the final match of the penultimate day of week 4 of the group stage. And we of course will be watching Mexico Ukraine in Group C, where things are getting quite feisty after we just witnessed Romania getting their third win against Thailand. We now have both Thailand and Romania at 3 wins. Ukraine could be joining them today, currently at 2 wins and looking to snatch their third against Mexico. Now, if that happens, then we will certainly be having quite a tasty treat for our final week, as I do believe that all of these teams had then collided with each other, and their final placements will certainly not be totally in their own hands. It will also depend on how the other two will be doing. Now, Mexico, of course, will be requiring a win from this one, and even with a win, their tiebreakers are not that great. It's currently at -1, so we'll see if things are gonna get better after today. The lineups you can see above me. On table 1 we have Oscar Henny from Mexico, the most recent Mexican national champion and the representee in Germany's Herne last year, versus Kirilo Manahov, one of the many Ukrainian masters. Then we have on table 2 Rafael Garibay as Vapula 27, and he'll be facing Tatiana Yusenko. Table 3 Daniel Ayala versus Sergei Zakharenko, the reigning Ukrainian national champion of 2024. Unfortunately, we were not able to see him in Germany due to circumstances, but now Sergei is definitely looking to show that he has not disappeared anywhere. He's there out for blood and ready for a win. Table 4, Marco Rivas versus Evgen Lepeka. Evgen, I believe, was the runner-up of the 2024 Ukrainian National Championships. Marco, certainly a top-tier player of Mexico, has, according to my knowledge, participated in the World Championships. Not quite sure how many times, but like at least once. Let's keep it that at least once. And then on table 5, ending the lineups, is Elias Mochan from Mexico, and he'll be facing yet another master of Ukraine, Maxim Basilik. So we'll be having quite a tasty treat for today. You can see here that we have not a single player less than 500 rated, so we'll definitely be having quite a skillful match, I would say, overall. Now, if you do look at the recent head-to-head results, you can see that on tables 1, 4, and 5, they all are favoring the Ukrainian side, but on table 4 with 3 to 4 with the recent head-to-head matchups in the past 2 years, it is certainly pretty tight. And that is also the table that we will be following in the beginning, the table number 4, Marco Rivas versus Evgen Lepeka. And you are of course entitled to present your own choices. No, that's not the right word. Your own wills of which match of which duel or game you want to follow. Then do let me know in the chat, and I will try to accommodate your requests as best as possible. Requests, that's the word. And on our way we are. Manarori is going to be a quite a pacey player, so I am expecting to see a very fast-paced game, just like we saw last week, coming from Manarori. And um, I don't remember who he was playing against, but it was certainly like 10 minutes per game tops, which was pretty insane. So, fast pacing by Smile completes a 9-point monastery, has a 1-point meeple stuck to over here requiring a dagger, but all three of those still remain in the deck. Now it is going to be unfortunate for Smile that also his second meeple could potentially get trapped to a dagger. Could. And that would not be a very nice thing to have. But it does have compensation for it, or for these, let's say, waiting meeples, in the form of a nice, juicy, multiple shield, including City, now requiring a Road Dorito to end it, which there are still all 5 of those remaining. Maybe in some cases this also will be filled with a triple city with a road, but that would require a incoming block trying to have been made by Manarori, which is now going to come, but there will not be a defense, nor it is actually like even that necessary, because in a case where this city gets blocked, then also the road is going to get blocked with it, and that will be ending up in a result of a winning mini battle. But just a winning mini battle is not what Manarori wants to see. He goes for the attack with one of the connection tiles that he now needs, which is not the best outcome for him, but you do what you gotta do. You certainly can't really risk this city getting finished for your opponent for a bunch of points, like 14 or 16, or even 20. No, sorry, 18. In the meanwhile, we now have a pending field fights, as we have finished cities from Evgen, and a meeple and another meeple dropped as a result of getting both a dagger and some additional city caps here. Manarori trying to fight for the fields as well, but he is currently having some issues with meeple management here, or let's just say meeple shortage, as he has 2 of his meeples invested in this let's call it a building in this project. And meanwhile, Evgen is taking full advantage of having 3 meeples in hand, being able to start bunch of stuff, and also aiming to get more meeples back into his hand quite soon. Quite soon meaning now. And now he's back at having a meeple advantage. We are equal on the scoreboard, basically equal on this project here. Now, Evgen does have a teeny tiny 1 point margin over his opponent, but that is really not much given that given the fact that this city of Manarori is much more safer than the city of Evgen here, and that's going to be a problem for Evgen indeed. However, it will not be a problem in the case that that Evgen is successfully going to invade the field, which looks like is going to happen. Now there is still some tricks that Manarori can try to do, but they are only just that. They are only tricks until they actually are being successfully pulled off. And so far there is now 2 ways to connect to the field, so maybe blocking is not even that strong. Marco could actually go over here and attack the field with a third meeple, because there were still straight roads remaining, but it's not that appealing to him, precisely due to the fact that he already actually needs a straight road to get his second farmer into the field. Well, not necessarily. He can also go with like a curve plus a curve. So he has alternative ways, but this is, of course, the most efficient way of dealing with it. Potentially also at some point, actually, no, he's not going to get this road maple back because both of the two triple cities with the road have been drawn by Evgen, and so this square will stay blocked until the end of the game. And that's not really anything good for Marco. A 4-point road started by the Mexican and at the same time blocking this city. 2-1 remaining 2-1 remaining dagger. There is still one of these guys remaining. And we are likely gonna see. What are we gonna see? Just a 1-point move. That makes sense. Evgen gonna be trying to take out every single field attacking opportunity. And looks like Marco is not really even worried about the field, just taking simply more points. But yeah, he seems to be like trying to win without the field, but I don't think that's possible at this point. When Evgen is leading by 3 points now, Marco doesn't have any big features, and the field is big. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 33 points. And it might even grow more. It might even grow. Though I doubt it, but it just might. Depending on what tiles are remaining. If there are city caps, there is a chance that this field grows even further. But as you can see, Evgen leading the field with 4-1 meeples. And there were indeed city caps remaining, and Evgen tries to take advantage of that. Also dropped a 5th farmer. Not that it's targeted at actually getting to the field, because there would be no point. Manarori would be just wasting his final meeple if he tried to get into the field, and there was indeed a second city cap remaining also, which will score 6 additional points for Evgen and brings the field to 36 points, which I actually don't believe it will be the largest field that we have seen this week. I think there was a 39-point field, or even maybe even 42-point field in a game between Lapinkoski and Healy. But nonetheless, a massive field, and Smile keeps on smiling as he takes the win of the first game. And I guess we'll actually be will we be following these guys? I mean, we might. I know we covered like the entire duel of Marco like just last week, but like, come on, he plays like 4 minutes a game, so like, can can you really say no? Speed Carcassonne Championships. Let's go. 5 point road for Evgen, and a couple of cities trying to be built and also getting attacked by Manarori. Sorry, by Evgen. Could have actually even, in some scenario, drop a farmer here? Would it be too crazy? Yeah, I mean, I guess it would. I guess it would, because you can take the field from both sides, right? And when and if your opponent takes the field from one side, then you can take it from the other. As we can see here, Evgen is going to go over here and drop a farmer. Oh, no, you did not. You did not. Oh, yikes. Yikes. That did definitely not go according to Evgen's plans, and I mean, to be honest, I don't think he should have had those plans to begin with, because it was just a perfect tile to finish your road, drop a farmer, and also prevent your road maple becoming blocked, because two of the daggers out of the three were already gone. So why would you risk this for a block that still has two tiles remaining to it? It's like, oh, no, 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 no. Okay, well, what's done is done. We have a mini battle trying to be built, and yeah, I mean, I guess you kind of gotta go because it's 7 points, but like, this also is like a huge problem at the same time for Evgen, because this expands the field by so much. It's going to then give green squares here, here, and then it's going to allow the expansion of the field with a couple of tiles over here and give even more green squares, and like actually just give an overall like great value for these two meeples eventually. Whereas if they had just been kept at 9 points, then that value could have been way more difficult to like actually justify. But now Marco is living a good life, I would say. This one also, like, if you go over here, if you go over here, you already are like kind of preparing a monastery spot, which is fine, but you are also saying that this spot it will be filled. So like, why not go there in the first place? Because that was going to be a 6-point monastery, and that was 4-point monastery, and it was going to be like really safe actually to build. But like this one is like kind of giving a chance to block both monasteries. No? And I'm not sure why you would do that, but I guess there is a reasoning behind it. But now, I mean, the final outcome here is that this monastery is blocked, and the expansion of the field has been made to 12 points. And now 12 points is a heck of a lot easier to to justify the use of 2 meeples than a 9-point field, right? So that's not that great. Also, wait, what is this? What is this? I don't know what this is. I mean, I guess I really don't know what this is, because like it like makes the attack on this larger part of the ruin more difficult for Marco. I get that he has only one meeple, but like, why not just throw a city cap on your own field unmeepled? Like, why would you just make things more difficult here? Like, maybe he just didn't, like, really didn't want to see Evgen attacking with a second meeple, but that's also not that great because this connection would be so easily blockable, like, immediately. So I'm not sure. I don't know what was going on in Marco's head. Well, there is a road monastery remaining, which would be quite fancy for Marco. And it does come, with the 2-pointer, and it enlarges the field. And now this guy is threatened potentially to lose these to lose these 6 points. So this is exactly why Evgen takes care of the possible connection platform, not allowing the unification of all fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and there was still indeed a curve, so very precise move. He's 16 points ahead on the scoreboard. Somehow, after what I would really say was quite a bad start. But is that gonna be enough? He's now plus 10 with the smaller field, with 8 points on both monasteries. We have 6-point road. It's gonna be really close, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna be really close. And somehow, again, with less than 4 minutes used by Evgen Lepega and just a bit over 4 minutes used by Manarori, definitely just speed running the entire tournament. Maybe both players, but like mostly Marco, I guess. But I don't think it's gonna bring him the win here. I mean, the features of Evgen are just looking enough to bring the win, and they are, and that's gonna be a very quick 2-0 swift win for Ukraine on table 4, which should be great news for the Ukrainian fans going towards the third match win. Not so great news for the Mexican fans, as Mexico's chances for for 3 wins and in some cases for the playoff spot have just gotten significantly more difficult. Well, after these 2 bullet matches, let's head on to table 3 with Daniel Ayala and Zaharik, and let's see what they are all about. And not, unsurprisingly, they have not finished yet even the first game. We have a 7-point difference on the scoreboard, and we also, hold on, let me check something real quick. Okay, it does work. And we have a large looking field that just got a tad bit larger as a result of a 9-point monastery for Daniel. 1, 2, 3, 4, a 15-point field controlled by blue versus a 6-point field and a 9-point field. There are 11 extra points for blue with the monastery and the road, 15 points, 10 points, 3 points, 1 point, 2 points, plus 3 for blue. No? And then minus the actual scoreboard difference. So like minus 9. Don't quote me on that, but I'll assume minus 9. And now we gotta figure out something where to get the rest of the points from. And it's not gonna be easy. Well, we have 4 points over here, so 4 points seems like a good investment, especially when it doesn't come with a meeple investment, especially when it does not come with a meeple investment. I guess we could also take a 6-point monastery simply because it's more points, but it's going to depend on the remaining tiles. If there are a lot of quick point tiles, which I see at least one crossroad, then oh come on, what is this? Why are we taking 3 points when we can take 4 points and when we are behind on the scoreboard? I don't really get this, but I guess Daniel has some idea. Maybe he didn't want to create green squares to the field, but looks like a lot of the stick caps have already gone out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I mean, only 3 stick caps remaining anyways. So like expanding the field, I don't see as a bad move because it shouldn't really matter all that much, no? Well, anyway, it's done now. We took 3 points and we are still down enough so that we can easily lose this game if we don't come up with something. We have a 5-point monastery spot that we can do. Maybe we can then connect to here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are no triple cities though. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are still 2 Doritos. There are still 2. Oh, wait, never mind. What am I saying? This is, of course, red attacking the city and not blue. So we are trying to stop that invasion and not make it happen. Though I really don't think that we can afford to go for any blocking moves, especially with like actual point-worthy tiles. because like if we use one more, if we use one more turn to actually make the full block, then we still, well, like we have to score. We gotta score. Like, what was the point of this? And also, I'm pretty sure we are gonna be left at the meeple surplus because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there are indeed still 2 Doritos, and unless we get both of those Doritos, Zaharik is gonna go here. He's going to drop a farmer, and then Daniel will have either 2 or 3 meeples in hand for his final turn, which is just terrible. Now we are gonna go here. There's the Dorito. Zaharik will be finding a nice move, a nice 7-point move here, and we as Daniel are left at a meeple surplus, which means that we cannot use all of our meeples on our final turn, which is just inefficient. And it's going to cost us points, and costing a point cost is going to cost us games. Now I'm not sure if this particular meeple surplus is going to cost us this game, but it just might. Though I actually doubt it, as these 7 points are kind of a big thing for Zaharik, and he was already leading, and we ended up scoring 3 points for 2 monasteries, which is not that great. 3 points is all we get from our final tile, and that's pretty poor, unfortunately. And I mean, it should definitely be Zaharik's win here. Not by a lot, actually. Not by a lot. He has like 3 extra field points, but yeah, he's gonna win by 6 points. So it was actually a pretty tight game. But this meeple surplus, I don't think it actually cost us the game. What cost us the game was like, I guess, not getting this final crossroad, which was like an 8-point flip. Like if we just get, I don't know, get the crossroad instead of the monastery, then our chances of winning are like heck of a lot better because we can simply score. But like I said, Zaharik is definitely not out here trying to give free wins. He's out here to win, and win he does as he moves into a 1-0 lead. And we shall actually also dive into their second game, just because seeing full games is always nice. So, Zaharik going with a curve to kind of block off this city cap a little bit, but I would love to see a meeple here on the road. It is generally a pretty standard move on the 700 level. Trying to get like max value out of every single tile that you get in the beginning of the game. Like there are very few exceptions where when you should not meeple anything on your first tile of the game, and well, this is not one of those exceptions. I think you should definitely always meeple this road. But Zaharik clearly thinks otherwise. Now, do we go? I think we just go over here. We start another city. Yep. And I mean, this city we will be simply continuing with not with city caps, but with Doritos, and then we'll try to use the city caps elsewhere, like here, or maybe start a third city, be a true Latvian, and live, just live a good life. This is kinda unfortunate. Actually, not. I was totally missed that Daniel had a secondary city up there, just waiting to be given this glorious gift of Quad City. Don't get mistaken, that is definitely not a gift. That is a liability, if anything, because now the city is so much more difficult to actually complete without your opponent being able to attack it after a great deal of work. Daniel, with a curve, wouldn't be the worst thing to start a new road, but he decides not to. This is actually, yeah, I'd say this is a pretty okay move. So continuing your road indirectly, but not wanting to go over here, because then it would expose a free full block a free full block possibility for Zaharik, and that's not what we are all about. Do we go here? Do we just take the points? Like, just blatantly. Take 4 points. Because we do still have all types of tiles available, and we are gonna get restricted here anyway with like a straight road to 2 tiles, so we might as well like make that saving option for ourselves like immediately, right? Like it can't really get much worse, because it just doesn't matter if we get restricted or not, because we can already get done so, and 4 points is 4 points. And now we can actually save ourselves, I was gonna say, but uh yeah, not really a fan of this straight road. Not a fan. uh Usually you don't really want to make these blocking platforms with tiles that will give the opponent an easy defense with a less valuable tile, such as a regular curve or a straight road. Now, in this case, this block might just succeed, and it does, even though I think that Daniel did make a little mistake here. I mean, like, sure, I can understand that it was nice to get his meeple out, but there was like there were still 6 more crossroads remaining. Like, this meeple was not in it just wasn't like under a threat. You know what I mean? Like, it could have easily lived happily ever after, whilst also leaving still 2 tiles for your own city to simply finish it up later on. Because we could have then even claimed the field afterwards, right? It's looking like a decent field. Well, sort of, kind of. It was going to be looking like a decent field. Now, not really. It's 3 points, maybe 6 points, but it has very little growth potential because it doesn't have green squares. It's like entirely limited by roads and city pieces. So this game might really be very, very closed position, meaning that there will not be much large features on the board. Okay, do we go here just for 4 points because like it's the obvious move, because this city is now threatened from both sides with potential block. But no, we just go for... Huh. Just go for the restriction, start a new city. I mean, that's okay, but yeah, like you gotta keep in you just gotta keep in mind that, oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. I was gonna say that you gotta keep in mind that when you go over here as Daniel, then it's also going to restrict your own city, and then it can be very susceptible to blocks itself as well. So maybe I would have actually just taken this meeple back first, but what do I know? Looks like Daniel's plan is working perfectly, and it's gonna keep working perfectly. There seems to be no block in sight. Uh, though there is only one starting tile, so maybe if Zaharik gets a Dorito or a triple city, then he might, and I want to say probably will, add it to the city and try to block it to the final remaining starting tile, and then simply get the starting tile himself. But the starting tile is drawn, and it is drawn by Daniel. And so far, it's now looking really great for Daniel with a 32-4 lead on the scoreboard. And despite the rather inconvenient 3-point meeple getting blocked, then Daniel has now, let's say, corrected the situation and is now looking better than ever. Yeah, I mean, two meeples. It's kind of hard as Zaharik to do much here. Although maybe, so, like, simply given that he's behind so much on the scoreboard, maybe he could. No, that's a horrible idea. I was gonna say maybe he could even meeple this, but then I again realized that all starting tiles are out, so it would be just a call for death. His 1-point city is also going to get blocked if Zaharik doesn't draw any saving tiles. And that would definitely be like maybe not quite spelling the GG's, but like it wouldn't be that far away. Okay, we kind of gotta go here, and we gotta prevent our meeple getting blocked. That's pretty much an automatic move, and so it is. Daniel with another scoring tile. Gonna be able to take 3 points, which I assume he will do. With meeple maturity and a fantastic lead on the scoreboard. Shouldn't be a problem at all. Straight road for Zaharik, and decides to simply try and protect his monastery a little bit, which might backfire. Maybe. There is still one dagger remaining, but getting limited to a dagger is never fun anyways. And now we go for... Actually, I like this move. So it's preparing for the Road Monastery, but not for the meepling of the Road Monastery itself, but meepling for a field meeple, because it will then unite this field, this field, this field, and this field. And potentially the field can be actually worth even 15 points. And it could be just massive. Which is why I think Daniel should be going over here and drop a farmer. And he is going to do so. A dagger being drawn by zaharik will be able to score some points. And will he do it here? Or here? Or here? Where will he do it though? Not quite sure. I mean, because this is on his on Blue's field, right? But it will allow the potential blocking of this one meeple. But we do take them from the top. That's okay. We can still try to block this connection with, block this city meeple with really anything not that useful. For example, with just straight roads, maybe. And I guess we gotta go for a monastery. No? I mean, it is 6 points. It is looking like a great monastery spot. And do we like need our meeples for much else? Uh, I mean, maybe we want to like really go after for this field, but okay, we do go after for the field, but I don't really get why we are doing it from here, because couldn't we just go from go here? Because we are still trying to rely on the road monastery to come and unify to the main field that way. And there it will also create a blocking platform on the city. Whereas here, I mean, we get the same 3 points, right? So it doesn't really help us that much to have this extra space. Like we have like one extra green square. Not even that actually. Not even that. And yeah, it's just not looking like there is much. Daniel gets a dagger, but it is the wrong type of dagger. Though he'll be able to get 4 points anyway, so 4 points is 4 points, as the saying goes. If he is like extra feisty, which I definitely don't think he should be, he goes over here and prepares this 9-point monastery spot because zaharik is relying on the road monastery over here, where it will bring 11 points. Oh, is this city actually a threat? Like taking 4 points seems so natural, but maybe it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I mean, yeah, sure, there are or were a lot of Doritos remaining. Zaharik goes for a monastery, which, yeah, he's really trying to go for the absolute maximum effort here, trying to get the final dagger like immediately, because he's gonna need a lot of stuff to happen here. Like, if the dagger is drawn by Daniel, it's like game over instantly. The road monastery will still be good for Zaharik, but it won't be that good, of course, without the meeple, because he won't be able to actually get the points from the monastery itself. So he's gonna need that dagger to come real fast. Plus 17 for Daniel, plus 19, plus 18, plus 13, plus 10, plus... Wait, what am I saying? Plus 17, plus 19, plus 18, plus 13, plus 16, plus 18, 19, 25, 17. Yeah, it's such a long way to climb for Zaharik. The dagger will only be the beginning of the most glorious comeback ever mounted in the history of the game. It's gonna be like the dagger, then immediately after like the road monastery, then maybe be even able to attack the field then with the second meeple, unify it here, but like he just doesn't have the tiles to do that. Well, actually, I mean theoretically, I guess he does because he still has 1 plus 4 tiles remaining, so 5 tiles. So the dagger, this is not useful at all because no meeples again. This will be just going to do nothing. Daniel, I guess, just goes here. Well, we do get the dagger, so that's a start. And now we can maybe actually score for stuff. Now a road monastery would be fabulous. Or we can actually score for the city as well. Maybe we get the road monastery on our very final tile. And then that's also fine, I guess. Maybe. Just maybe. But we have to be able to score now on every move. This, and actually that's good. We can take 6 points here. Yeah. And actually that's it was a very good find by Zaharik of with the quad crossroad because he actually made claiming the 6 point road now possible. So very resourceful find indeed from the Ukrainian, and Daniel is not getting the best of tiles. A curve is not really much of a help for anything. I guess he can meeple a 6 point field here, but like what else is he gonna do? Honestly, not much. Are there even city caps remaining? Like, does he have to, or should he even save this meeple for something? Because the road monastery isn't even going to bring him more than 6 points, really. Because he can't place it here, because then it will, of course, fulfill the dreams of Zaharik of connecting to the bigger field. So it wouldn't actually be 8 points. It would be like 4 points. So other city caps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, there are no city caps though. No city caps at all, and this is not the tile that Zaharik was looking for. A Dorito. He was really looking for that road door, that road monastery. I mean, I guess we can get 2 points, but yeah, this is not good enough because there are no city caps remaining, right? So we can't do something like this either. It just won't work out. And like we really have to get the road monastery. Like we have to get it because if Daniel gets it, it's like 12 points right here. Plus 9 for Daniel, plus 12, 14. 10, 5, 7, 10, 12. Yeah, like plus 12 for Daniel still. I don't think there is anything really that zaharik can do here. Not with not having the Road Monastery on his penultimate tile. Because it's not gonna do enough on the final tile. Because the strong points in getting the monastery is that we can score without, basically without a meeple investment, because we also get the meeple back. But when we get the meeple back as our final tile, then we actually can't invest that one extra meeple any longer. So we are losing value, and because we would be we would end up with a meeple surplus, which is never a good thing. And now a 12-point move it is indeed for Daniel. And I mean, we do get some sort of compensation. Unfortunately, zaharik had to forego the 1-point road because he, of course, had to save the meeple for potentially getting the road monastery. Now we do get the 7 extra points here, but it's just not enough. So we will be having a decider on table 3, which certainly is going to provide content, and it's going to be good for Mexican fans also, as definitely in need of this decider on table 3 for sure. Before we maybe head on to the decider, let's take a look on the other tables and see where they are at, and see if the scoreboard updating is going to work as intended. So 1-1 on table 3. And it is looking grim, well, somewhat grim for Mexico. Oscar, and he has won his duel on table 1 with a 2-0. Whereas, but to counteract that, Maxim Basilic on table 5 has taken a 0-2 win against Elias Mochan, and then Tatiana Yusenko also currently in the lead on table 2 with 1-0 ongoing. So I think that means, of course, that we have 2 tables still in the running. Let's make sure that table 2 is not in a decider. If we can get this updated. And well, it is definitely not in a decider, because Tatiana Yusenko has brought a second win for Ukraine on table 2, and that means, well, we all know what that means. That means that Ukraine will have their third match win. And now it is all about the tiebreakers on table 3. Will Ukraine or Mexico? Well, actually, for Mexico, it won't even matter anymore, most likely. But no, actually, yeah, it will not matter. The tiebreakers will not matter, because simply they cannot get 3 wins. But at least they can have some fun and still try to win their games. So let's head on to the decider on table 3. and see what these players can cook. Also, I guess we can try to add some light. Okay. Now, ruin fight from the beginning. 0 points for both. And we have a small road as well. Not many great places for Daniel to start a city from. Yeah, I think this might just be the best spot. Could also maybe have gone over here, start a city like that, but there are more ideal tiles to make a secondary attack to the ruin than city caps. Maybe if we can get a road Dorito here, then we can go for the attack, but maybe not just with city caps. Unfortunately for Daniel, had to close down his city immediately as Zaharik took away every single other field, well, almost every single other field tile or square, and thus we didn't really have any square to start a new city from. This wasn't, of course, much of a thing because it was going to be immediately potentially restricted to something, and that's not what we are looking for as Daniel. Curve for blue. Where do we use it? No real great moves here. We could go, I guess here's fine too. I was gonna suggest stuff like this. Then we get a crossroad, and then we limit this square to a starting tile, which could be, well, could and would be really annoying for Zaharik to deal with. But I guess now is the time when Zaharik is going to place the curve over here and unify the roads. I think he should do that, because he's not gonna like when a crossroad hits and when he will be potentially left stranded here. But he doesn't go for that. Instead, he's more so looking into protecting the ruin and denying a secondary meeple from a blue, I guess. Can't really think of much use for the curve. But it does bring a little issues. We can now go maybe over here as Daniel and maybe block this square, or maybe we go at the top and we try to protect. We try to block this one, or maybe we go here and we. I was gonna say that maybe we even drop a farmer, but without is also fine, I guess. This is going to be really annoying to deal with as Sahara, but I guess you kind of gotta go here like ASAP, you know? Because now that we have the triple city with a road, and we only have one divider on the square, like we might just as well simply try to get a 3 meeple ruin going on, right? And if we get the divider, maybe in some cases we just go over here and create a 10-point city out of this one. That's an option. But like, it's really gonna be painful if we don't go here now, and then Daniel gets like a road plus a curve, and then we are forced to continue our city upwards anyway, and then we only have one triple city with a road remaining in the deck to fit into that square, and then in all likelihood our meeple in all likelihood our meeple is going to be rendered kind of useless. Uh, that is not a very good move in my opinion. Not a very good move, because now we have only one. We have only one tile to fit into this square, and we have only one tile to fit into here. So like if we lose either or, then like if we lose this, then like what's the point of going here? And if we lose this, what's the point of going here? Like they are both really bad for us. Like we kind of are gonna need both maybe. And now definitely we're going to need that triple city with a road, because Daniel is gonna indeed get the divider, and I mean we can already connect here, we can already connect here, we can already connect here, and now we are going to need a Dorito over here and the final triple city with the road over here. Like if only had we gone over here, then because it was just going to be more likely than not that we will have to build this up with 3 meeples. And like it's not like this city is actually going to complete. It's not like it's really not like we have to take away any like attacking options to the city. Like this actually looks like looks like a move with what Zaharik was simply trying to get an additional connection platform, like on his right hand most part of the city. But like it already does have plenty of ways. Like this in itself is already plenty of ways when we already need the road Dorito here, and now we have only one triple city with a road that we could use technically over here. Like it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. We get the connection here, sure, that's good. But you see here, 2 road Doritos left to fit this square, one triple city with a road to fit this square, and now we need all of those tiles to get the value. And this is horrible now. This is already quite horrible. So we do make the connection with our first meeple. And like this ruin can now easily be attacked by Daniel. Whereas earlier it really couldn't, because we were threatening to take it with 3 meeples. And like it looks like this ruin is going to be like 20 points, 25, maybe even 30. Even like uncompleted. Man, it's kind of sad. It is kind of sad. A monastery for Daniel. Not really great spots to place it to. I guess we can do another one here with several curves to go. And maybe expand the field. Bring in like one green square and use that also as a platform to build our monastery with. Maybe we can go over here and take like a couple city caps away from Zaharik from claiming this city over here and making the completion of this city for us a little harder. And it is what we go with. And I guess because we can't take any quick points, we just take this meeple back finally. And we do. Now, starting tile for Zaharik. Not many great use cases, I guess. I mean, we can go over here. We can actually definitely go over here and not even meeple the city cap. Because, okay, sure. So Zaharik does not want to see the possibility of his road becoming trapped to a starting tile over here with like a straight road and then a Dorito. So he takes care of that preemptively. And also, of course, simply adds 1 point to the road. Sure, why not? Huh. This is... I'm not sure if I like it. Uh, I can understand it, sure. Like, it also indirectly protects this square and stops Zaharik from placing a bunch of tiles to it. But also just 2 points. I get that it does make a 6 point road actually for anyone with a field crossroad, but you know it still is a quick point tile. And we could have also gone over here. Also, which would have actually been quite good if you ask me. Because it also it not only takes 2 points, but also it creates the blocking platform on this 1 point meeple. And if we can guarantee the block of this meeple not ever unifying to the main ruin, then we will be free to attack the ruin with a second meeple. We might still be, honestly, because it's like only 1 in 8 chance that Zaharik gets this plus this plus this. So doesn't happen that often. But we see that Zaharik does take care of that attacking platform, and now it's going to be significantly harder for us. Though we are probably going to be fine even without the ruin, I guess. Plus 4, 5, 10, 11, 19, 9, 10, 9, 3, 4, 5. No, 4. So like -4 and 1 extra meeple. So actually, it's not that far-fetched to say that Daniel is actually not even not even winning, because after this connection, it's gonna be plus it's actually going to be 11 or a 12-point move for Zaharik. 11 because there are no Road Doritos with a shield anymore left in the deck. So 11-point move, which is very much significant. And in some cases, in some wild, very wild cases, this city gets completed. Because a dagger over here, a Dorito here, Dorito here, Dorito here, Dorito here, and a triple city here, and a city crossroad here. Like maybe in like 1 in 100, this will actually be pulled off. But it's just going to require such an enormous amount of effort that not many would even go for such a plan. Maybe as a very last resort. Yeah, because now at the moment you can see that there are better priorities than the city, of course, which is looking like almost impossible to complete. And again, we don't need the completion of the city. We really just need the connection, and then we are kind of good. Kind of good. Attack on the field from Zaharik with plenty of monasteries still to go. 3 regular ones, 2 regular ones, and 1 road monastery. Daniel focuses on taking the points, and now finally we do get the road Dorito as Zaharik, and we make the connection, which was planned since 3 moons ago. And now we are very much in the game, even without this third meeple, which I would have to say still was at least an inaccuracy to not go here, but to go here instead. So 2 points. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points. 19 points. 22, 25, 16, 10. So plus 10 for Zaharik actually. And Daniel with only 1 extra meeple, though there are plenty of farmland. And usually the player with more vacant meeples will be winning a field fight, and in this case it is a Daniel. So he's thinking a long time for this, and oh, okay, okay, yeah, I can see this working. So trying to connect to the field, either via one of the monasteries, or because there are still 2 field crossroads remaining also, that can also work. Does meeple the monastery, which is understandable. 8 points. I think there's still a tile to fit this square. There is still 1 dagger remaining. And so this monastery is completable. Zaharik, I guess, will be just taking points because I think he has to still keep 2 meeples in his hand, 1 to attack the field and 1 for just actual quick points. But we are running dangerously low on field connection opportunities. This can maybe be used as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It can be if we have enough of a need to. We can actually go here, drop the farmer, and then we can connect either like this via a regular curve, or then we can connect from here with like a straight road plus a crossroad or something like that. But just 4 points is what zaharik ends up taking. Deems the quick points to be important enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, we could make this. Now there are ways how we get stuck. There is still one other regular straight road. Or is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Oh no, wait, there isn't. There isn't. There are no straight roads. So there is one field crossroad though, and maybe an extender. No extenders. So actually only one tile that can block us, which is quite good. And we can also connect from here, right? With like a crossroad and then a curve. And zaharik goes for it. So curve is drawn by Daniel. So now only one regular curve remains. But there is also the dagger. So there are two tiles that go over here and that will enable zaharik to both get the meeple back and also unify himself to the field. And I guess as Daniel, we go here to try and take away maybe some field, like city caps that could unify the farmer immediately. And then we either draw the field crossroad, or then we just draw the curve and the dagger. It's not too far-fetched now, is it? Oh, but now we are relying on this tile and this tile only to be able to get a meeple back. And I wouldn't exactly count on our lead being big enough. You know, this doesn't really help because the regular curve and the dagger, they are still gonna go there. But now they just score extra points for zaharik because he can take the 5-point road at the same time. Okay, I mean, it does expand the field by 3 points, so that's something. Plus 3, minus 3, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 5 as blue. Plus 4. And now zaharik could even take the road here, can't he? Because it's going to be all about the dagger. All about the dagger. Not even that. Um, Because without disconnecting, these 3 points don't even belong to blue. So it's like plus 3 at the moment for blue. Or plus 2, whatever. It's a very minimalistic lead. The dagger is going to be the huge tile. I don't know why Sergei doesn't do stuff. But the dagger is drawn by Daniel. It is drawn by Daniel. And now what? We can only take like a 5-point monastery. And that's all we can do, no? Maybe we can save for a 6-point field. But the field tile that we could get would also bring us a monastery point anyway. So it doesn't really matter. I really don't see actually Zaharik winning anymore after the dagger, because now we are, I'd say, in a like -6 deficit with one tile to go, and like that's just not enough. Like on any metric, when both players have meeple, a meeple. +6, +4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 22. Yeah, that seems about right. A 6-point monastery or a 5 plus 1 point to the ruin. And this city is definitely not going to be covering all the fields, now is it? It is like 20 points or something, but it's not big enough. It's 20. I mean, 22 points. It is a solid ruin, but it's still not quite big enough. And the final difference will be 6 points, no? 6 points. So the dagger was indeed quite a factor, as we can see. Well, actually, it seems that Daniel was going to be able to win even if he got the dagger on his final his final turn, because then the game would have ended up in a draw with a starting player advantage for Daniel. But nonetheless, it is not a draw, it is a win for Mexico. Certainly Daniel is enjoying of that one, but the joy is short-lived, as Mexico still loses this match versus Ukraine with numbers 2 to 3, and they are gonna be out of the tournament. Now 4 matches played, and still only at 1 win, whereas Thailand, Ukraine and Romania all have now 3 wins under their belt, and it is going to be rather unfortunate indeed for Team Mexico. Portugal still might be participating in celebratory games of some sort. Portugal still needs to take 2 more wins, and they will try and start to do so on Sunday, so tomorrow. against who are they playing actually against? They are playing against Lithuania. So a force win for Portugal, or a must win, I think is the better word here. Must win for Portugal tomorrow, and next week Thailand, Ukraine, and Romania will all be fighting for the group win. And we are going to be very much in the action next week as well, as much as possible. Tomorrow's streams, I have not yet actually announced anything, but I will try to stream quite a bit. Um, yeah, I wanna say that we start with Australia, Hungary, like all the way from the beginning at 9 p.m. 9 a.m. UTC. Then China, Catalonia, again with the wrong ones. Australia, Hungary. Then Vietnam, France. Then uh, maybe Malaysia, Japan, RCP, Italy, and Slovakia, Uruguay as the final ones. But I it might also just as well be so that I won't be streaming as much. Maybe I will be doing something else tomorrow as well. We'll have to wait and see. But that's where we will be wrapping up today. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking all the way until the end. And if you do enjoy this type of Carcassonne content, then there is an easy way to support the channel by subscribing and liking the stream. I'll be seeing you again tomorrow with some more World Team Carcassonne Online Championship matches. Bye for now.